Hello, what's up? We're back. You guys are ready? We just got through with the pirate ship. We also just got to the broke castle for the first time, I think it is. I appreciate you guys. Sorry, sound like the game was on. It was on. We were just using it as background noise. But it's fine, I appreciate you guys letting me know. Thank you, thank you. It's always better to let me know. Yeah, it was just the background. The starting soon screen was all. I usually leave it running so it has music, but the problem with this game, it doesn't have as much music. It has more of the... Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate you. I didn't get water, but I got orange juice. Does that count? Oopity boopity boppity boopity bop. Boop 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 bop bop. Boopity bop bop. Bop bop bop. Oh. You guys see that? It's like magic. Yeah, that counts. The smell one, probably get SRTs like this as well. Floral tea. Floral tea sounds good. Appreciate you, chat. I missed the hat already. Right? It's too late. Don't you have any manners? And do so before you start asking questions. The king is suffering from a serious illness. He is out of the country for treatment. His wife is with him. Crescendo is handling the management of the government and is absent. Oh, okay. Roar! A roar! Does roar sound better or roar? Roar! Maybe we should change it to roar. We have a roar and a roar. Roar, roar, brr, brr, get me? All the things. Hopefully we get some cutscenes pretty soon so I can eat. So I don't have to like worry about like nothing happening. Seems pretty good. My brother and Rar is better? Okay. Guess I can't go through here to be a secret card or something? Now I'm really curious. Don't you guys love when people improve their cooking? Like my brother and his wife are like kind of bad at cooking, you know? Not horrible. It was edible. But that's about as much as you could say about it, but they've gotten a lot better. I'm really glad. We should make a channel point thing to put the hat back, right? I kinda wanna add more stuff, like, for the blanket and different things if you guys want to. I need to set all that up, though. That'd be the goal. Have it all set up. His Majesty's out of the country. Right now, I pay for his cookery. Cooking, so I don't know how well my brother and sister cook. Oh. Yeah, a lot of the cooking happens here, too, but... Roar! Roar, 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 roar. Even if the bad people come, it'll be okay. It's great. Prince and Daddy will protect us, too. Well, actually, Daddy isn't all that strong, but I'll tell him I said that. Poor Dad. Poor Dad. Dad's not that strong. Kids are a little bit too honest sometimes. My sword practice for a while now. Actually, I'm not very confident about my fighting skills. This guy says lots of nights. I'm something I've learned to fighting it. I still remember, like, one time my kiddo, like, we were at the store or something, and she looked at me, she looked at this man, and she said, "Why is their belly so big?" Like, really loud. And that person, like, gave me the biggest stink eye ever. I thought it was funny. I was rolling. I thought it was very funny. That person, not so much. I was like, rip. Acquired sword piece? Nice. It's hard, like, you know, being, like, super serious when something like that said. They do. Especially like it was funny too. Like my older brother, or my younger brother. She went up to him one day, and she's like, "Wow, your belly jiggles like a bowl full of jelly." I was like, "You can't say that." It's so hard, like when you're trying to like get onto him, and you're sitting there laughing yourself like a child. Like, it was so funny. She's just like your belly jiggles like a bowl full of jelly. I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Oh man, rip." Yeah, she couldn't figure out like why it was not okay for her to say it. She's like, "We say that about Santa Claus." It's like, well, apparently people don't have as thick skin as old Santa Claus does. Some chocolate. I love sweets. I used to ask for candy all the time when I was young. I wasn't allowed to eat too much, so they said it'd give me cavities. They had cavities back then. They say what they're thinking, yeah. Just comment on my body. Yeah. I live in a place that doesn't have like a lot of diversity for like skin color and stuff. So she was like decently old enough when she saw somebody of color. And she looked at me like right where that person was like, they're like, why is their skin look different than mine? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's just life. It's a good question to ask, of course, but I never really thought about like she hadn't really seen many. Yeah, lack of diversity, I guess. Is there stalls in the bathroom? Oh yeah, I've been there. Been there. I remember one time I know somebody they took their stepson into the bathroom with them to use the urinals, and they looked at him and they said, "Wow, why is yours so much bigger than mine?" It's like, I was like, man. I mean, I guess I'd take that as a compliment, right? If I was a man in the bathroom and say, "You're brown," and you went back playing as normal. There's no need to clean up. My siblings are the opposite. Probably would move to Utah, California. Clean up. Oh, what? When on practicals, I played on a kid in another class's birthday party and gave people muffins. Another kid's class took an empty tray and smashed it against someone's back. It was kind of odd because the kid had a nurse in the back was crying. When asked why he did it, he said he didn't know. Good news, no fight started because of that. A lot of that stuff happens because of bad parents, though. You know, they get spanked too much or whatever. You care formally. I never understood that logic though. A lot of parents, like when their kids hit other kids, because it's kind of natural for kids to hit other kids. It just kind of happens a lot of times. So the parent will hit them to tell them not to hit others. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, can't you see that you got like like, can't you see how kind of like hypocritical that is? People are weird, man. I think that's a problem with people though. A lot of people don't treat kids as human, basically. They don't treat them like they have any sense at all. And one of the biggest tips I can give new parents and stuff is give your kid a chance to understand. Explain to them what they did wrong. Like timeouts and stuff work wonders on kids a lot of times because you just get them to calm down and then you can talk to them about it. A lot of kids don't do stuff on badly on purpose. A lot of them just don't know any better. And they don't know any better if you never teach them, you know? You never teach them how to be better. How are they ever gonna know? Yeah, my kid is a very sweet person. A lot of things. I found out the kid that smashed one in the back was crying even though he didn't get hurt. Right? Don't hit people even though I just hit you. We're pretty much telling kids to be friends, don't be mean to each other, yeah. Doesn't work half the time. Yeah. I said a lot of it is. It's just bad parenting. It's like... it's a sad thing because a lot of people just don't know how to raise kids. They don't treat them as people, you know? A lot of the stuff is just telling them no, but not explaining to them why it's wrong. Like, you should always, when a kid does something bad, take the time to explain to them what they did wrong. Like, hey, this is why you're in trouble. This is why I'm disappointed in you. And a lot of parents don't do that step. They literally just get on to them and punish them and not explain to them what they did wrong and why it's wrong. A lot of people are like, why should I? Like, I didn't get raised that way, but whatever, I guess. We're talking about how people raise their kids, which is always an iffy subject, too. A lot of people, like, get really upset if you say if you try to, like, help them with parenting. I don't know why. I'm all for some advice, you know? Even if it's dumb advice. I think this potato is flipping raw. I don't think it got cooked yesterday. Yeah, it's raw. It's raw. Flipping raw. Sorry if you guys can hear me chewing and stuff. I don't know if you can or not. This potato. This potato. It's still pretty hard. Cooking potatoes takes a while, yeah. They made the mistake apparently, which I didn't go. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, but that's what my mom said. My mom said they started the potatoes too late. Like they started the potatoes like after they'd already cooked everything else. And they even like went inside and finally just put them in the microwave to try to cook them a little bit more. But someday, right? So take some advice, learn. Be patient with your kids, guys. Sit there and think, hey, do they actually know this is wrong? Because fun fact, kids don't magically know what's good and bad. They have to be taught that, you know? I mean, you gotta think, humans are naturally like animals, you know? We're naturally meant to attack things and protect our territory. Do a lot of this stuff. So if they never learn the opposite of that, they'll never know. Yeah, I don't think these are like technically smoked. The Ogre of the Kitsune's online? Who the heck is that? Oh, I remember now. I only have the one. I would like to have more, if I ever met the right person. It's hard raising a kid on your own, though. I do have my mom's help, but it's hard. So hopefully the next one's a little bit more planned out, you know? Love my kid, though. Never take it back. Or when your kid is doing something they know is wrong, yeah, that's when it gets annoying. But again, that's kids, right? Especially older kids. The older you get, the more you want to test boundaries, you know? You're becoming your own little person. So you want to, like, learn. It's just the fun of teenagers and stuff. Testing boundaries, like learning what. Really big, I bet it takes a long time to clean. I don't think we can check the ballroom, do we? Like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Rip. I love kiddos, though. I've always. I know that, but seriously, I know. I get it. Especially with how we're raised a lot of times, too, Bex. I don't know about you guys, but I was very much taught a lot of times, especially from my grandparents and stuff, to sit down and shut up. You know? You're only really allowed to speak when you're spoken to and a lot of stuff. So, like, a lot of those lessons are kind of hard to forget. It's hard to forget. Even if you don't do it on purpose. I mean, I knew I had friends and stuff, and even family members that would literally get smacked in the mouth for back talking and stuff. And it's funny because those kind of kids still back talk all the time. Like, I don't know why a lot of parents never realize a lot of that stuff don't work. Did he just call her a pony? You're like, a peony, not a pony. Please stop flattering me, it's embarrassing. Ah, rip. Get right, bruh. Except if we're start again, embarrassment. Separating how we were raised from how we're doing it. It's tough. That's the problem, though, Bex. You can do that, but that's the thing. The feelings are still there. That's the thing. Like, the feelings are still there. Even if you don't even realize you're doing it, a lot of that stuff's, like, embedded deep. So even if you're not doing it that way anymore, it doesn't stop your brain from still thinking that way, which is why I think a lot of times it's tough. So you do at least have some of that in your brain still. Because sometimes we want life to be simpler and just kids to listen, you know? You just want them to listen and just sit still and calm down. And another thing that's, like, it's okay to dislike your kids sometimes. You're not supposed to dislike them all the time, but sometimes kids can be very exhausting. And if you completely, like, feel horrible for feeling that way, I mean, it just happens sometimes. You know? It's tough sometimes. Kids like to push buttons. Oh, this is where we came in. Okay. Let's see what I do here. Mine's really good about not doing that kind of stuff. She is kind of mouthy, but I think that'll go away once she gets out of, like, cheer and stuff. I think she'll lose a lot of her mouth. Practice for Miss First Day was take 50 minutes off lunch. And lunch goes for 30 minutes? Yeah. That's the problem with a lot of punishments. I think a lot of people think punishments are to punish kids, and it's not really that. It's more to show them what's wrong, because a lot of kids don't care about punishment, you know? Not all kids, though. There is some kids that really hate getting in trouble, and any kind of trouble just makes them act better. But a lot of kids are more like, well, if I do this bad behavior, I'll get in trouble for 5 minutes, and then it's over with. Or, you know, or I get grounded for months, so it doesn't matter how many bad things I do, because I'm going to be grounded anyways. I've met kids that do that. Where the parents just ground them. You know, they ground them. I knew somebody that had, like, I think they were 5 at the time, and they literally took every toy out of that kid's room. And took away their TV privileges. And I'm like, what is that kid supposed to do all day? Like, what do you expect that kid to do? You just expect him to sit still and do nothing for, like, a month? Thank you for the hydrate, Rosie. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Some parents are just too hard on their kids. I'm a pretty laid-back person. I feel like my kid turned out pretty well. I mean, she does have a mouth sometimes, but that's more of because of like outside factors that I can't control because of other people. But too harsh or too light, yeah. I feel like if you want my honest opinion about raising kids and a good thing, start with timeouts when they're younger. Start them with timeouts. When they do something bad and they're really throwing a tantrum, put them in timeout. You do a minute per age. Then after the timeout, you talk to them. You explain to them what they did wrong, why it's wrong. You give them hugs. You ask them to apologize. And it works. Like, a lot of people don't think it works, but it does. Like, if you do that stuff, like, you'll be surprised, like, how well a kid acts. Once you take the time to just explain to them what they did. No. Super nanny method, yeah. It works, man. It really works. Like, I have swatted my kid on the butt, like, once or twice, and I felt horrible about it, but I've done it. You know, like, when she's in a restaurant and she's throwing a tantrum, like, she's done that. I'm like, just swat her butt. And she don't even remember, like, ever getting, like, she said I've never been spanked. Like, I never really spanked her. Just a swat on the butt to get her attention. But that's the problem, though. Punishments are not really meant to be punishments. It's kind of like our jail system. Our jail system relies too heavily on being punished and not enough on rehabilitation. If we're gonna get deep, right? We don't even give people chances to do better, you know? I don't know. That's my opinion, right?
Mr. Chopin, thank you for your stellar performance. Allow me to introduce my fiancée. This is Serenade, and the little one with her is Minuet.
Hello, I am very pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hey, what's going on here, Salsa? They're just talking about boring stuff. I don't see food anywhere.
Well, I just thought they were probably gonna eat all the good stuff before we could get here.
There is something I wanted to tell all of you about the position Baroque is in right now. Count Waltz is using mineral powder to convert his population into soldiers who fear nothing, not even death, to create an unstoppable army. As soon as his preparations are complete, it is almost certain that he and his armies will invade Baroque. However, if Baroque were to preemptively challenge Forte, many innocent civilians would surely get caught up in the resulting all-out war.
The suffering of innocence is one of the greatest tragedies of war. It's appalling.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I thought that the solution to the problem would be to find a way to assassinate Count Waltz to avoid any other casualties. So I aided on Dantino.
But you see, I am opposed to that plan. I believe assassination would be the equivalent of a declaration of war against Forte. And if we were to do that, would it not be the same kind of evil for which Count Waltz is responsible? History always repeats itself. Even if we managed to succeed in assassinating Count Waltz, another Count Waltz would appear, then another. The problem itself would still remain. If we throw all our support behind a band of rebels, I believe it will be Baroque that is disgraced in the end.
I see. And you're correct. Looking back on history, mankind does indeed repeat the same mistakes, over and over again. Someone else with evil designs will surely appear to fill the void.
If it's really as important as all that, how can people just forget about it?
It's because the passage of time allows us to forget tragic and painful events. We let them go so that we're able to continue on with our lives. Like letters written in sand and then blown away by the wind, they're all forgotten.
But there are some things we must never forget, no matter what.
tragic memories that we have to carve firmly in stone, so that the wind can never blow them away.
I have a favor to ask. I understand that all of you are acquainted with Jazz? There is a message I would like you to pass on to him. It is this. Baroque can no longer provide you with any assistance. No matter how much of a tyrant Count Waltz may be, there is no way we can be absolutely certain that he will ever attack us. If we were to make a preemptive strike against him, it would be a classic example of man's suspicious nature leading him to war.
Serenade, I know in my heart that everything you've said is correct. That's why I wanted...
What is it, Captain?
It's nothing. We must achieve true peace, not simply the appearance of it. But, because of the current situation with Forte, there is no way I can leave Baroque at the present time. Besides, if I were to be seen making contact with Andantino, that very thing alone could act as a trigger for war. Is there any way you could meet with Jazz and tell him for me that this struggle itself is the very thing that's leading the world into chaos?
What do you mean exactly?
You want us to inform Andantino that Baroque can no longer provide support for its actions?
I know that it's selfish of me to ask this of you.
Yes, you're right. As you say, it is rather selfish of you.
Frederick?
Up until now, you have been providing Andantino with support, is that correct? Denying them that support because your opinions have changed is rather irresponsible.
That may be true, but you must understand. We have come to realize that the actions we have taken up to this point have been mistaken. Regardless of the criticism that we may face later, should we not correct those mistakes?
I imagine it won't be difficult for the two of you to shake off any criticism. However, have you stopped to consider what this will do to Andantino, who will be cut off without any warning?
Of course, it wasn't our intention for the people of Andantino or Forte to suffer. And yet, as the Prince of Baroque, I have a duty to put the welfare of my people above all else in any decision.
Then, Prince Crescendo, do you admit that you are merely using Andantino to push forward the interests of Baroque? It is rather convenient that your ties to a rebel band from a neighboring country could so easily be severed once the need arose.
That is not true. Prince Crescendo would never do anything like that.
That's enough. Jazz and I have known each other since the days of our youth. We may have different social positions, but he's always been someone I could confide in and speak openly to.
Really? I didn't know that. But then, why is Jazz living in Forte instead of here?
Are you familiar with Mount Rock? It's a mountain rich in ore located on the Forte border.
I know all about it, thanks to all the digging Forte's been doing out there. Go Forest is in big trouble.
Jazz is originally from that area, and through its history, Forte has always maintained very strict control over that place. Oppressively strict. Many people have opposed their cruel treatment of the miners, as well as their utter disregard for the delicate ecology of the mountain. Unlike me, Jazz was always a passionate leader. Since we were young, he's always had a talent for making decisions and taking action. So, to be honest, when I heard he had taken part in a revolt of the Forte miners, well, knowing him, I can't say it came as much of a surprise at all.
So what happened in the revolt?
Forte's forces showed the miners no mercy. Much blood was spilled. By the time Baroque intervened, it was over. After that, Jazz never returned to Baroque, He founded Andantino to continue his fight against Forte.
And that's why you agreed to cooperate with them.
Even though I shared his feelings when we were younger, there was nothing I could do then to help his cause. But now, I owed it to him to offer my support, especially since we're both trying to accomplish the same goal. Believe me, even though I can no longer support Jazz directly, I haven't forsaken that bond of friendship. With Serenade's help, I'm hoping to find a peaceful means for both our countries to live happily side by side.
Frederick, I believe Prince Crescendo. I think what he's trying to do makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Now that you've explained it, I can also understand your point of view. We'll make certain to convey your feelings to Jazz.
Great! Then we can get going. I bet Reto and the others are all looking for us anyway. If we can get back to Retardando somehow, I'm sure we can find Jazz and everyone else.
All right. Then let's return to Retardando. If Allegretto and the others are all right, I expect they are on the way there as well.
I wonder if March is holding out okay. She's hopeless without me around.
I think we're done, okay? Okay. Let's catch up. Oh, rawr! Rawr. Rawr. There's a link between abuse and corrections, yep. But she didn't abuse us, yeah. My mom smacked me, my bro never abused us. Of course, my dad was pull my ear, yeah. For argument's sake, is prison adult time? Timeout? It might be. I don't know. I don't know. I was scared to death of my dad. Up to the day he died. I would never ever wish that upon my kid, to ever be scared of somebody taking care of her, no matter who it is. But not. No. Life's very hard at times, I guess. Don't make it any harder on your kids. Please be careful. Be careful. Let's show my deep skeleton. Excuse me, sorry. Watching gameplays and think of different musical terms and what they mean. It's really cool. All the musicy names and stuff. I really enjoy it.
Alright then, let's get moving. Come on, Beat, we're gonna leave you behind if you don't pick up the pace.
Salsa, are you okay?
Oh man, that hurt!
I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Are you all right, miss? Are you hurt?
Well, what the heck? What's with the gigantic mirror?
Oh, this? It's one of Baroque's royal treasures, passed down through the generations.
What in the world is going on? What is all this commotion about? Oh my! What have we here? What exactly were you planning on doing with this huge mirror?
Oh, Princess Serenade! Well, you see,
This mirror was one of my grandfather's most precious possessions. It's called Lament. I requested that it be moved up to my chamber. I'm told my grandfather would often stand before this mirror to think, pondering what the future might hold for our country. In his day, Baroque was surrounded by much stronger nations. The responsibility of protecting Baroque must have been an overwhelming burden.
Prince Crescendo.
Come on, don't tell me you don't know what that thing is. Mirrors are shiny things that show your reflection. Silly dog. Nothing's gonna come out of there no matter how much you bark.
Uh-oh.
No!
You just crushed the dog? Oh no! Crushed that dog.
She got flattened.
Oh god. Rip. Just flatten that poor doggo.
Huh? What the?
But she disappeared.
What could have happened?
The blinding flash of light we saw.
Teleport
It
her.
can't be.
Prince Crescendo, do you know something that could explain this?
How could it be possible?
Where am I?
Maybe teleported. Unlock the royal mirror. So we went inside the mirror. I just realized the Prince name is to use increased volume in music. Yep. Yeah, I said everybody's name is some kind of music thing. Always supposed to be some kind of thing. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I just saw that. My bad. Again. When we talked about kids and stuff, I think one of the biggest excuses that always annoys me is when people use the excuse to be bad parents as, hey, my parents did this, I turned out alright. And it's like, just because you eventually turn out alright, doesn't mean it's something you should do. Like, that's such a dumb logic, you know? Like, what the... I never understood. Like, I hear that a lot. Like, a lot of people use that as an excuse. It's like, hey, I eventually turned out alright, so I should, you know, like, let me do it. It's like, no, what are you doing, you weirdo? My COVID shot, I hope it goes well. Should be. In fact, you gotta mirror the fact that this is a PS3 exclusive dungeon. Is it a PS3 exclusive dungeon? I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing, Mateo. Thank you for that follow, I appreciate you. Oh, thank you for that raid, Key! I'm just Key, thank you, welcome guys. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. Hello. Hi there. Welcome. Raid. What's up, Rosie Kitten? Welcome me, welcome Sarah, welcome Glenola? Glenola? I know that name from somewhere. What game do I know that from? Gringo? Welcome. Ungodly Hour Game. Thank you so much for that raid. The big 50. Yeah, we appreciate you. Welcome. How was your stream? How was everything? What were we playing today? They were playing... Oh, Golden Sun. That's such a good game. Full Metal Alchemist. I love it. Me too. Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite animes. You're one of my favorite games? Ooh, well, I'm glad you picked us. I'll give you a follow real quick. Look at my phone. But thank you. Thank you for the biddlies. Thanks for rubbing those biddlies all up in their face. Yeah, this is awesome. This is my first playthrough. Can't remember what I was doing. Oh. You guys are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate your faces. Much love. much boops, all the things. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate you. Oh, that's such a cool, cute name, Madam Teehee. That Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is great. Yeah, I don't know which one I like more. I think like the original Full Metal Alchemist has a lot of nostalgia behind it. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the hydrates. Thanks for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you for all the boop and boops. I love Golden Sun too, though. It is really good. Oh wait, we're still. I didn't even realize we're still solo. Well, take care. You too. See you later, Troy. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Rawr! Rawr, rawr, rawr. But if you are new to the stream, I am a variety streamer pretty much. I have gotten a little bit away from multiplayer games, but we play a lot of single player stuff. We recently beat Medieval. We also beat Bugsnax. Bugsnax was our last game that we beat, which was a very enjoyable game, surprisingly. Your VTuber is super adorable? Aww. It's not as adorable as you, I bet. Recover home? Sounds really OP. The OP-ness. But thank you, you guys are so sweet. But have a great night, Troy. You guys check out for another amazing streamer. Dragon Quest and Pokemon. Ah, so I love your setup. Well, thank you. I love Dragon Quest. Man, I still remember the day that I got Dragon Quest 8. It will always stick in my head. It was when I was younger, and I didn't even know about Dragon Quest. And I went to the store to buy Final Fantasy 12. You know, I was very excited. Final Fantasy 12 had just come out, so I was going to get it, and I saw Dragon Quest, and I went back and forth. I'm like, you know, I guess I'll buy both. And I love Dragon Quest 8 way more than 12. It's good. Dragon Quest 8 is so good. Pokemon are my favorite. Well, thank you. Hey, KJ, how are you? A wise purchase, right? I love it. I need to change her thing. I don't know. They just blew his load all over us. No, that. Oh, shoot, I might die here. Yeah. Doing well as Archibus came out the raid? Oh, really? I don't think I've met you yet, have I? I met a lot of new people recently, so I'm not really 100% sure. I need to still get back to playing Pokemon. Do you stream too, Madam Teehee? Do you stream? Excuse me. Greedzilla versus the cast of it. I haven't played Greedzilla. Wait, did I say I haven't played it? I was thinking of Greedfall, wasn't I? Never mind. Oops, you don't know what she's talking about. Just ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This makes gives us darkness? I don't know if it's like worth using that then because I can't heal. It's in danger. Are you bad enough, dude, to save it? No, I'm not. This game's tough, man. I've had a lot of people come in and like, this game is so easy. And I'm like, what do you mean it's easy? It's not even close to being easy. I think a lot of people, play the Xbox version. The Xbox 360 version apparently is a lot easier than the PlayStation 3 version. Most pumped up warrior of light there is. Ah, you are both in chat once, I think. He's a good friend of mine in the follow. Ooh, that's nice. Well, welcome on, Warriors of Light. It's a great community. It's been really nice getting to know everybody. Well, I gotta go bye. See you later, Ark. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you.
I'll do my best.
I really want to play Dragon Quest again.
Shake Comet! Good! Shake Comet! Good!
I messed up. I might die here, honestly.
Shake Comet!
That was close. 6 months ago, so I'm still a noob? Yeah. It's almost 1 year for us. We're ready to have our 1 year. I think we're gonna do it on Monday. I'm trying to decide if I want to surprise people with what we're gonna do or spoil it. I haven't decided yet. I'll think about it. I think it's gonna be very tongue-in-cheek, I think. I don't know if people will find it funny as I do, but I'm kind of childish, so we'll see. I'm getting killed along with Big Doug and his son, Mr. Driller, and their friends, huh? I started about 6 months ago, still new. Got to go. See you later. Who else was I supposed to follow? I was gonna follow the person that rated us, but I don't... I think I didn't have my stream thingy open. Who was it? So many names there at once. I lost my train of thought. Let's see real fast. Sorry, chat. 1 second. I'm just Key. Yeah. Just Key. Surprises are fun. You guys are fun. I love meeting new people, right? That's one of the best things about meeting streamers. Grizel is the girl who's throwing the pumps, flamethrowers, drills. Green pellets, red pellets, all the pellets, pellets. This game is very unforgiving though, honestly. The biggest tip I can give if anybody's gonna play this on PS3 is like try to level up everybody kinda together. Try to keep everybody around the same level. There's a lot of parts of the game where you don't get to stick with who you have. Say the road that chopping. Is that a spoiler? Cause I'm not really sure yet if he actually created this world or if he's just being a Looney Loon. A Looney Toon. You just threw a bunch of balls in our face. You know, some sort you're going to be under leveled, yeah. This game's even harder though than Final Fantasy VII for that, because this one, it does it a lot. Like, it does it a lot where you'll just like half your party just won't be able to be used. Like this thing, literally, she's fighting all by herself. So if you haven't leveled her up at all, which is very much possible, if you focused on the other characters, we're gonna be up a creek. I met a cool people through Twitch, very happy to be part of the community, right? I love new people. Why didn't it work? find that again. These guys are such annoying butts. Sorry for my language, chat, but these guys are poo-poo faces. Sorry for my language. Eternal Sonata is a Super Meat Boy and Super Meat Boy Forever. Right. Meat Boy games. They look good. Lore. I love how the enemies can change based on if you're in light or dark. And so do your skills, right? That's such a cool idea. This is definitely one of the more unique battle systems I've seen. And I've played a lot of RPGs. So it's kind of nice to see games still surprise you. It's really nice to see games still surprise you. Especially, I said, if you've played a decent amount of games. I think the Legend of Dragoon is one of my favorite battle systems. Or Legaia. Legend of Legaia's battle system. That's one of my favorites, I think. I feel like stuff just is not unique as much anymore. Too much stuff follows the same, like, pattern because it's popular. I feel like we're losing a lot of our creativity in game making as time goes on. At least on consoles and stuff. And our... What a big mirror. Looks like it could just step right inside. It's a great system. Yeah. I loved it. Even 2 was really good. Even though I think a lot of people didn't like 2 because... The waiting times were way too long in it. I never minded that, personally. I never minded. But it's been so long, so maybe I just don't remember how annoying the loading screens were. To think now that he makes ready to invade my lands. Tir-crescendo. Polka. Take a look at this. To think that even now he makes ready to invade my lands. Forte has grown in strength at an astounding speed. The power he's acquired has put him on equal footing with Baroque. If it would come to war between us, it would be a clash that would threaten the very existence of both our nations. Fireball Man, the monster around the jump. Forget about the man who leads us. Grizzo is the one who formed Grizz. We undermine the plot. What is this? I can't be sure, but... And where are we? Seems we've somehow been pulled inside the mirror. What? Yeah. Do you remember the light that came from the mirror? There's a legend about the royal mirror. And it has the ability to hide those who stand before it. You can hide people? Thank you for the alert. I appreciate you. Glenola. What's that name from, though? Does anybody know? Glenola. That seems so familiar and I can't place from where. I know I've heard it somewhere before. I don't know why it feels so strongly in my brain. Oh, yes. However, so now I thought it was nothing more than an old wives' tale. But considering what happens, it would appear that the legend is true. I wonder if we'll ever be able to get out of here. The legend also says that those pulled behind the mirror's glass are trapped there forever. Oh, excuse me, I don't want to scare you. Why would you say that? By the way, I don't want to scare you, but you may be trapped in the mirror forever. It's fine, though. You know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You know? That was just part of the legend. Serenade and the others must be here somewhere. Let's keep moving. I'm sure we'll find a kind of an exit eventually. Hiding troopers, equipped and strong boys. I'm Dooku. I feel like you like to talk, Reed. I don't know. Maybe that's just a random observation. Look. But we appreciate you guys hanging and watching. You guys are amazing people. I love your faces and all that. You guys are the bestie best.